Hello, welcome to my YouTube channel. What is ChatGPT? ChatGPT is a AI-based chat system built by OpenAI. So let's check what's ChatGPT. In this short course, we will see what is ChatGPT and how to use it, what are its capabilities and what are its limitations. Once you sign up and lands on this URL, you will see this dashboard. So here they have mentioned some limitation. It says it may occasionally generate incorrect information, it can produce harmful instruction or biased content, and its knowledge is limited up to 2021. The capabilities is that it remembers what user said in the earlier conversation, which means that whatever you have typed in the chat box, it will keep a record and history, and you can start conversation like you are talking to someone. Then it allows users to provide follow-up corrections and also to decline inappropriate requests. Here are some of the examples given by the OpenAI itself that we can try. Maybe we can just try our own examples for now. This is the main dashboard. This one is the sidebar. And here is the chat option that you can start a new chat from this option. And here are the modes. By default, it takes your system color, which is you have selected the light mode or the dark one. And here is the light mode. And here is the dark mode. It probably looks better to the eyes, so we will go with the dark one. And then here's the link for their Discord channel, and there are some FAQs and the link for the logout. Okay, let's start from the most simple thing. Okay, so we have initiated a first chat. Alright, so let's start from the very basic. Let's ask to do some simple calculations like 9 plus 20 equal to question mark. It says 9 plus 20 equal to 29. Now let's give some complex calculation. Equal to what? So it calculates the value. Now let us to create a table of 5 from 1 till 11. So you can see that it has created a table and printing out the answers. In the dashboard that we have seen that it keeps a record of the history, so it means it has already taken all of these conversions that we have made in the history. And based on these icons, if we check yes, it means we can provide additional feedback and the answer is up to the mark. So we can simply say that good answer. We are training the AI system, and let's suppose if we are not liking the answer, we can simply click on the thumbs down and say the answer is appropriate or not. We can tell the reason. This will eventually make the system more better and more precise and accurate. What is the Newton's first law? It will explain the first law of Newton. Okay, let's ask to give an example. Give a real life example. So you will notice that we haven't mentioned about and mentioning the example of Newton's first law because it already keep track of the history that what we have mentioned, and it will already taken up the Newton's first law because we are talking about it. You will notice from this thing. Okay, pretty good. And now let's say what is the difference between acceleration and velocity? Okay, it says velocity is a measure of an object's speed and direction of motion, and acceleration on the other hand is an object's velocity changes over the time. Alright, now let's stop it and ask another question. How acid battery works? Okay, it's a type of rechargeable battery that uses lead plates, electrolyte as sulfuric acid. So you can see that it is pretty good in answering the question. So we can also get ourselves educated and just write questions and it can start giving us the answers. Now let's start with some programming stuff. I have cleared the conversation and create a basic HTML structure and add a table and list inside it. Okay, so it has already started writing the HTML code from the very beginning. It has taken care of the head tag. This doc type expressed that it has started the code in the HTML5 version. So as per our input, we have requested for creating a table and the list. So it has created a table structure with a couple of rows, and then it has created a list item. Okay, so let's give some tricky code to do. Create a PHP function to convert temperature from degree Celsius to Fahrenheit. So it has created a function and taken the Celsius as a functional parameter and then created a formula and is returning the Fahrenheit value. And it not only created a function, it has also tell how to use it. Like if we pass the Celsius as 20 and we pass this value to the function, then it will generate this 68, which is the output. Now let's give some more tricky example. Create an HTTP request using JavaScript. It has taken up the fetch function of the JavaScript and it is also explaining the code. It has also taken care of the API status. If it is successful, then it will print, and it has also started the HTTP request using the jQuery. With the jQuery, we can use the Ajax, and also given us an example using the Axios library. So you have seen that we had just asked to write an HTTP request using JavaScript, and it has given us multiple options. Either we can use the plain JavaScript, or we can use the jQuery, or we can use the Axios library to perform this operation. Let's try something else. I just completed an HTML course. Be my instructor and ask a question by giving me 4 choices to select a correct answer from. So let's see if it is able to understand and give us a question about the HTML. So it has asked, what is the correct syntax for creating an ordered list in HTML? The correct answer is B. Okay, so it has already given up the answer. Okay, initially I assume it will only give us this part of the statement and it will ask the question from us. I think we can also do that by just typing in the statement that do not tell us the answer and just ask the question from us. Let's see, either it is capable of doing some translation, and we can start by write a 5-line paragraph on information technology. We will first ask to write a paragraph and then we will ask to translate it to multiple languages. Translate it into Dutch. So it will automatically pick that what we have asked to translate, since it taken care of the history. But if we just simply type this statement into the new chat, it will not understand what I'm asking about. I'm not sure whether this is correct translation. Maybe we can evaluate using the Google Translator. Please tell me in the comments. Okay, now let's start with something. I want to eat pizza. Tell me how to make it. It has started giving me the ingredients. It says the following ingredients are required, and then it has started giving me the instructions on how to make it. Wow, it has also tell me how much temperature required for preheating. So you can see that we can also ask to write and tell us the recipes. Let's see how much it is efficient in the blogging category. Provide me 10 titles for how-to topics. Pretty good. Just write a detailed post of 350 words on first topic. So it should take how to organize your closet in 5 easy steps. Okay, there is some instructions, introduction, and then it has started writing the steps. So you can see that once we have given them the title, then it is able to write the blog post. It may not be perfect since it is artificial intelligence, but you can always rephrase it, and you can read out and can make adjustments so that it may look like more realistic. Alright, I think it has completed that. Let's try something else. Write a short story on rabbit and turtle with moral. Okay, it has expressed the story in a very decent way and also written down the moral. Let's just ask to do something on this. Write a short summary in 3 lines of this story. So it has written down the summary in 3 lines. Write a poem for a 5-year-old kid. Okay, it has automatically taken up the topic of rain. That's nice, that's pretty awesome. So you can see that you can not only ask to write the stories, their summaries with the morals, but can also ask to write the poems. Let's see, is it able to write down the essays? Do you have the capability for writing essay on history of airplane? So it has started writing the essay. Great. Now let's start with some general knowledge questions. How many countries in the world have? It is mentioned till 2021 because it was learned and given the commands till 2021. It is already mentioned on its dashboard. How many states are there in Pakistan? What is the overall population in Pakistan? What is the capital city? It says the capital city of Pakistan, Islamabad. Alright, that's great. Now let's talk about, is it able to write down the letters and resume? Write a resume for a graphic designer who is pro in Adobe tools and he can also do digital arts. So it has generated the name and the contact information itself. We can always ask it again to change the name or the contact details. That's pretty awesome. You can take it as a starter point of your resume and can ask to write a resume for you. Apart from skills, as we have mentioned about the Adobe tools, so it has specifically mentioned about the strong background in Adobe tools, and also in the skill it has mentioned about the tools like the Photoshop, Illustrator and InDesign. For the experience, it has mentioned the experience for the companies in the specific years, and also about the in the education it has mentioned about the graduation in the fine arts, and also mentioned about some coursework. Alright, so let's start by write a leave application by giving a reason for traveling for 3 days. So it has written down the subject and also addresses the manager's name. It has mentioned all of these parameters in the parentheses, which means you can always change that. Alright, it has written pretty well. That's all for now. You can see that the ChatGPT can done a lot of things. It can not only speed up your work and can also act as your personal assistant or your employee. You can not only ask to speed up your work and do your daily jobs, write down the long emails, the articles, the title of the article, and you can also, if you are a programmer, you can ask to assist in your programming courses, and if you are a student, then you can take a good amount of help from it. So it's pretty awesome. Thank you for watching this video. See you next time in the next video, and meanwhile don't forget to like the video, share, comment and subscribe my channel. Thank you.